thank you so much for being with me here for this morning's live. I'm really excited for today's workout. I've planned some great moves that are going to sculpt and tone our arms, our upper back muscles. We're also going to get deep into the core, and we're going to lift and tone the bum and work those thighs. So it's a nice comprehensive total body workout. We're going to include a little bit of a warm up and a little bit of a cool down at the end. So you're going to feel great after this 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we're going to start off in an all fours position. We're going to walk the hands out a little bit further on the mat and take the knees nice and wide, bringing the big toes together. We're going to sink back into a child's pose, stretching and lengthening through the spine. I want you to find a lot of length out through that tailbone. Inhale here. And exhale, come forward, shoulders above the wrists. Then we're going to shoot back, lengthening through the spine, and then forward. Good. Sink back into your child's pose, stretch through those shoulders, and come forward. Inhale to come back, exhale to come forward. Now, as you come forward, I want you to really broaden across your shoulders. Position those shoulders above the wrists and tighten your belly button in towards your spine as you breathe out. Good. We've got 2. And last 1. Nicely done. Now from here, I'd like you to curl your toes, sink back into your child's pose. Deep inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to come forward into a high plank, positioning the shoulders above the wrists. Lower the knees, keep the feet flexed. Sink back into a version of child's pose here, and then come forward. Good. Inhale, lower those knees, and exhale, come forward, shoulders above the wrists. Now, every time we come forward, we want to be pulling our belly buttons in toward our spine as we get into that Pilates breath combined with core engagement. Nice work. We've got 3. Lower the knees between each repetition for 2. Lengthening through the spine. And last 1. And sink back. And lift yourself up to a kneeling position. If it's more comfortable for you here to stand, that's an option as well. But I'm going to stay on my knees, and I'm going to keep my knees nice and wide here. From here, I'm going to lift the arms up toward the ceiling. Pull the elbows down toward the side of the body, lift up, and then cross over, bringing my left hand to my right knee and stretching right arm out behind. Come back to center, pull the arms down, lift back up, and switch sides, right hand to left knee, twisting around the spine. Come center, pull it down, lift up, and cross over. Good. So alternating sides with that spinal rotation, lifting and breathing out to cross over. Nice work. Pull down, open through the chest, and then rotate around the thoracic spine. Lovely. And over to the left side. Good. Come back to center. Lower your hands down to the mat. Level out your knees and bring them to parallel. Curl your toes, deep inhale here. And exhale, shooting the hips up and back, coming into a downward dog. I want you just to take a moment here to flatten out the upper back, stretch and lengthen through the shoulders. If you need to bend your knees quite a lot here to get those hips high, then do so. Now we're going to pedal out the feet, bringing alternating heels down toward the mat, scooping belly in toward the spine. As we pedal out, stretching the backs of the legs. Amazing work for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Level out the heels and gently lower the knees down to the mat. Amazing work. Now that we've warmed up our bodies a little bit here, we're going to get into some of our upper body work. So connecting with the breath, we're going to step into plank. So shoulders above those wrists, plug belly in toward the spine. From here, we're going to lower the knees down to the mat. We're gonna lower the upper body down to the mat. We're gonna stretch the arms out long, keeping the toes curled. Pull back, drawing the elbows in toward the side of the body. Lower the hands and push the upper body up off the mat, and then lift the knees into plank. So repeat. We're gonna lower those knees. Lower the chest, stretch the arms out long. Draw shoulder blades together as we pull back. Lower hands, push the chest up off the mat, and hold in plank. Nice work. Repeat. Lower. Extend, pull back, contracting those upper back muscles, and hold in plank. Lower down. Lower the chest, stretch the arms out long. Notice I'm keeping my toes curled the entire time so that I can lift and lower easily without having to adjust those feet. Push up. Use your upper body strength to lift your chest. Nice high plank. Lower. And repeat. Now pull those shoulder blades together as you bring arms back. Nice work. We've got 3 more sets. Push up, plank, and lower. Last 2 sets. Working those shoulders. Nice work. And last one, we're gonna lower, pull back, lift, and plank. We're gonna hold here in plank, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Lower the knees down to the floor. Walk your hands forward on your mat so you've got space to extend arms and legs out long. From here, I'm going to extend my left leg and extend my right arm and stabilize through the trunk. So the shoulders are level, the hips are level. We're going to lift arm and leg together and pulse up for 2. Lift, lift, and lower, tapping fingertips and toes down to the mat. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, finding length through the fingers and the toes and lower. Pulse, pulse, and lower. Little pulses here before lowering down. Lift, lift, and lower. Lengthen through those fingers, lengthen through those toes. Lift, lift, and lower. Good. We've got 4 and 3 and 2. Pulse, pulse, and lower. And last 1. Pulse, pulse, and hold. Now from here, we're going to take the left leg over to the side of the body and sweep the right arm over to the opposite side and then back to center. So take the right arm over to the right, left leg over to the left, and back to center. Balance challenge here. We've got 8, 7, nice work, 6, take the arm away and the leg away and then back to center. For 4, keep balancing, you can do it. 3, nice control, 2, and last 1, and back to center. Lower the hand and the knees. Take the knees nice and wide and stretch back into child's pose. Whew, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can wave your hands from side to side, releasing any tension in those wrists. And we're gonna come on back up and do the other side. So now we're extending right leg and left arm, getting nice and balanced across the shoulders and the hips before lifting. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, and lower. So I want you to really lengthen to opposite ends of the room with those fingers and those toes. Nice. Plugging belly in toward the spine as we lift the limbs. Good. Amazing work. Keep it up. Now really try to find that stability through the trunk, plugging belly in toward the spine. We've got 3 more sets. Last 2 And final one. Hold it there. Take the arm and the leg away from the body and then back to center. So the left arm sweeps over to the left, right leg sweeps over to the right, and then back. Try to maintain level with those shoulders and the hips as you do so. Inhale back to center. Exhale to sweep away. It's a definite balance challenge here. Good. We've got 4. Keep it up. 3. Nice control. For 2. And final 1. Back to center. And lower it down. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to go into some tricep push-ups with an open arm twist. So we're going to bring the wrists so they're under the shoulders, about shoulder distance apart. We're going to keep the neck nice and long here. We're lowering the chest between the hands, hovering the chest up off the floor. Elbows are in close toward the side of the body. Then we push the mat away. And as we do so, we come up and open arm twist to the right with that right arm. Lower the hand down, repeat. Push up and open arm twist to the right. Stretching through that shoulder. Lower, push the mat away, and open arm twist. So tricep push-up combined with that twist. Working the backs of the arms and opening through the chest on that rotation. Good. Last 3. Last 2. And final 1. Good. Take the knees wide, sink back into your child's pose, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And return back to that all fours position. Same thing again, lowering the chest, pushing up through the heels of the hands. Now open arm twisting to the left, lower, lift. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Nice work. Lower, lift, stretch and open. Lower, push up through the heels of the hands, stretch and open. Amazing work. Working with the breath. Nicely done. Last 3. Last 2. Push up. Nice work. And last 1. Amazing work. Stretch back into child's pose for a moment. Stretching out the shoulders for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing work, guys. You're doing great. Now we're going to switch our focus to our glutes. But because we've been up on our wrists quite a lot, we're going to give our wrists a little bit of a rest and we're going to drop down onto those forearms. So bring the elbows below the shoulders. Spine is nice and long, neck is nice and long, and the gaze is down on the floor. From here, I'm going to bend my left knee, keeping the right knee under the right hip, and I'm going to extend that left leg. Tap the knee down to the mat and extend, squeezing left glutes, lengthening left thighs. Good. Inhale to tap, exhale, extend. Now every time you extend, again, we're really stretching and lengthening out through that big toe. So the toes are pointed. Tap and push out. Tap the knee and push out. Keep the spine nice and long, shoulders down away from the ears. Good work. Let's go 5, 4, amazing. 3, give it a lot of length. 2, and final 1. Now we're gonna lower that left leg down, and then we're gonna lift it up and pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower, pulse up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, lift it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping the belly plugged in toward the spine here. Good, as we pulse the leg up, we're not overarching the lower back. Good, we're keeping it really controlled. We're keeping the leg nice and long and the spine in neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing work, last 2 sets. Good job, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing, lower that knee down to the mat. Now we're gonna switch our focus onto our right side. So I'm gonna come up onto my palms, and then I'm going to position the knees so they're below the hips. Drop the left forearm down to the mat and bring the knees together, but now rotate the lower part of the leg out to the side on a diagonal. Now from here, we're gonna tap the knees together and extend. Tap, knees together and extend out at a diagonal. Good. Pulling the belly button in toward the spine, working into the waistline as well as the side booty. Thighs are working hard here too. As we tap and extend out on a diagonal, we're lengthening and pointing through the toe and fully stretching the leg. Good. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Neck is nice and long and relaxed. Let's go. 5, 4. You got this. I know it's tough. Last 2. And final 1. Now we're going to tap the leg down, keeping it on a diagonal. And then we're going to lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 5 pulse lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing work. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. I know I keep saying it, but it is a reminder to myself as well as you to really be relaxed in the upper body. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I know they're painful. I can see in the comments. But stick with it. Nearly done on this side. 3 more sets. 4, 5. Working the bum from all angles this morning. 4 and 5. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower down. Nice work. Take the knees nice and wide. And come into puppy pose. So elevating the hips. Stretching and lengthening through the spine and opening up in those shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's switch sides now. So we're gonna come over into our all fours position, down on our forearms. Elbows below those shoulders, knees below the hips. We're bending the right knee, inhaling here, and exhaling to extend. Tap, extend, tap, extend. Good job. Tap the knee to the mat and extend. Tap, extend. Squeezing those right glutes. Working into the hamstrings here, flexing the quads as you point hard through that big toe and stretch the leg out long. Keep belly plugged in. We've got 5, 4, keep the hips square with the mat, for 3, and 2, and final 1. Drop the leg down, toe taps the mat, lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and lower. Belly is plugged in, spine is nice and long, upper body is relaxed but stable. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing work. Lift, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Halfway there with this set. Good. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work. Belly to spine. Keep those toes pointed. Last 2 sets. You've got this. And last set. 4 and 5. Nicely done. Okay, coming up onto those palms, lowering the right forearm down to the floor and bringing the knees together and pivoting the lower part of the left leg to the side. Now from here, we're setting those shoulders down and back And we're extending out, tapping and extending. I want you to really focus on your waistline here too. As you breathe out, you're cinching in your waist, you're pulling your belly to your spine. Notice I'm not rushing this, I'm getting that full extension on the diagonal before lowering the knee back down, tapping and extending on the exhale. Amazing. Stick with it. Nice work. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, you're doing so well, and last 1, amazing work. Now we're extending, lowering, lifting, and pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, lower down. Lift, 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 and lift, lower down, good. Nice long neck here, engaged core. Nice work. The leg is long and the side booty is working. Lift, 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 and lift. 4 more sets. We're so close to the finish line with this glute work. Don't give up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last 2 sets. Keep that leg elevated. And last 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower down. Take those knees nice and wide. We did it. Sink back into your child's pose. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You should feel really proud of yourself after completing that set. It definitely wasn't easy, but it was super effective. Okay, so now we're going to lower down to the mat and we're going to switch our attention onto those abs. So spine is in neutral, the shoulders are level down on the mat. We're going to take the arms overhead, palms facing in toward each other. The legs are hip distance apart, but now we're going to bring just the insides of the feet together, and we're going to bring the knees together. So squeezing the knees together, squeezing the inside of the feet together. Inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to widen the knees and reach out between those thighs with those fingers. Now lower, bring the knees together and lift, reach and lower. Inhale to lower, exhale to reach. Inhale to lower, knees squeeze together. Exhale to lift as the knees come apart. So the inside of the feet stay glued together. We're lowering and lifting on the exhale. Good. I want you to send those fingertips away from yourself as much as you can as you peel those shoulder blades up off the mat. Good. We're tightening the abdominal wall downwards as we come up. Amazing. We've got 4, 3, 2, abs in, and last 1, amazing work. Now from here, I'm going to take my hands behind my head and I'm going to stretch the legs out long on the mat, but we're going to keep the legs nice and wide. We're going to keep the mat distance apart. Now from here, we're going to really point the toes and squeeze the thighs. We want that lower body super stationary as we come up into this next set of crunches. So we're inhaling here and we're exhaling. We're lifting, extending the arms, plugging belly in toward the spine. Hands come behind the head and lower. Lift, extend the arms, hands behind the head, elbows wide and lower. Lift, extend, hands and lower. Lift, extend, bend at the elbows and lower. So you're really working deep into those upper abs now. Again, we're keeping the lower body really still and stationary. We're keeping the toes pointed and the quads switched on here. Good. Nice work. We've got 5 and 4. Peel those shoulder blades a little bit higher off the mat. For 3, extend, bend, and lower. Last 2, holding in that crunch. And final 1, we're gonna come up and hold for 5, 4, 3, lift a little higher, 2, and 1. Nice work. Now from here, keeping the legs wide, I'm going to bring the hands into a prayer position overhead. I'm really anchoring down with this left heel, so the left leg is strong, and we're going to bend the right leg and cross over to the right. So extend the right leg and then cross over, bringing your hands to the outside of the right thigh. So again, you're really sort of still and stationary in those hips, so you're not rocking from side to side, which is why we're really anchoring down through left heel, so that when we cross over, we're isolating this work in the obliques on that right side. Good. Really challenge yourself by picking that left shoulder blade right up off the floor as you cross over for 3 and 2. Lift a bit higher. And last 1, nicely done. Now anchor that right heel down to the mat, flex right thighs, and we're gonna inhale here and exhale to cross over to the left and extend left leg out long. Cross over and extend. Switching our focus onto those left obliques now. Not rocking around in those hips. Shortening the distance between the bottom of the rib cage and the hip bone as we come up and cross over. Last 5 and 4. Pick that right shoulder blade up off the floor for 3 and 2 and final 1. Lift up and lower down. Amazing work. Now keeping the legs nice and wide, we're going to go into a rollover. We're going to inhale, peel up, and exhale, reach and stretch for those toes. Keep the legs wide and lower down. We're going to move at a bit of a pace here. Lift, stretch, fold, and lower. Lift, stretch, fold, and lower. Good work. Lift, stretch, fold, belly to spine as we lower down. Lift, stretch, fold, and lower. 2 more. Lift, stretch, fold, and lower. And last 1. And from here, I want you to take a hold of your ankles, your calves, or your feet, and just pull yourself down into a really nice deep back body stretch. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees splay out to the side, sitting up really nice and tall here. And then fold over the lower body. You can round through the spine a little bit here if that feels good. Amazing work. Bringing down the breath, regulating it by drawing deep, slow inhales in through the nose and slow, controlled exhales out through pursed lips. Nicely done. From here, I'm going to cross my legs and fold over my knees, coming into an all-fours position. Make sure you've got space. We're going to bring the right foot forward between the hands. Sit up really nice and tall here. And we're going to just tuck the tailbone so that we're stretching into that left hip flexor. So you're sitting up really nice and tall. Tailbone is tucked. Tailbone is lengthening down toward the mat. Shoulders are down. And we're just gently pushing forward with this left hip. Feeling a deep stretch right into that hip flexor for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Lower hands down to the mat. Step the left foot forward. Take a moment here to sit up nice and tall. Tuck the tailbone. And gently push that right hip slightly forward as we lengthen through the spine. Melting the shoulders down away from the ears for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knee down to the mat. Lower your chest down to the floor. Take your hands on either side of your shoulders and come up into cobra, or all the way up onto those palms for an abdominal stretch. Looking over to the right, inhaling, back to center, and exhaling, looking over to the left, stretching the neck, one more each side, over to the right, back to center, and over to the left. Nicely done. Bring yourself up into an all fours, curl your toes, and lift those hips toward the ceiling for our final stretch here. Again, you can pedal out the backs of the legs or the heels and stretch the backs of the legs, flattening out that upper back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down to the mat. You can turn and face me. Let's lift those shoulders up by the ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. Lift the shoulders and melt them down and back. Let's take one more. Lift and melt away all the tension in those shoulders to finish off. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed that total body stretch and tone and strengthen. I hope you got a bit of a sweat on, and I look forward to working out with you again next time, hopefully at our next live on Thursday. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your comments. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.